Good morning. Thank you for joining me today for this flow yoga. This will be a short class. It's only 30 minutes, so there will be no shavasana for those of you who are used to a yoga practice and have grown very accustomed to having a shavasana at the end. I highly recommend that if you would prefer, please take a shavasana on your own. For now, just come to a comfortable seat, and whatever that looks like for you. I am sitting on my yoga block. If you've got a yoga block or something sturdy, like maybe a textbook, book holder, something like that, that you'd like to have, go ahead and grab that. We will do a balance posture this morning, and it is nice sometimes if it is something fairly new to you or you find challenges and balances. It's nice to have something to hold on to, even if you set your mat up near a wall and you can hold on to a wall. As you come into this comfortable seat, allow your shoulders to soften and relax away from the ears. Your hands are resting wherever you choose. It can be by your sides, on your lap, whatever feels good. And just for a moment, either let your lids drop or even close your eyes. Scan over your body and just kind of check in with the breath, with how your body feels in this space, how your seat is grounding you into the earth, and then where your focus and attention is. Most of us tend to focus on those areas of discomfort, maybe where we feel tight, tense, even sore from another workout, or from sitting too long as we work from home. See if you can direct your attention away, and then bring your attention to your breath. In through the nose, breathing out through the nose or mouth. Does the breath seem smooth and even? And can you allow the breath to flow all the way through the body? Next, bring your attention to your body. And just for a moment, ask yourself what you need to get from your practice today. Sometimes we're looking to increase flexibility or strength or balance. Sometimes we're just looking to move without limitation or pain. Once you know the answer, what you need, allow that to be your intention for practice. Maybe you intend to flow with your breath. Maybe the intent is to flow without pain or limitation. Maybe the intent is just to be. Then we're going to find Anjali Mudra. Simply press our palms together at our heart center. Bow the head, Anjali meaning heart. So hands at heart center. As we bow the head, think of someone with whom maybe you'd like to be practicing yoga, or someone who's never had the gift of yoga offered to them, and dedicate your practice to them today. We keep our dedications close at mind and heart, and in sealing them fully, inhale through the nose, open the mouth and sigh the breath out. If you have your block, take it to the top of the mat, and we're gonna start in standing. So we're going to come into what is known as mountain pose or Tadasana. As you come into your mountain pose, you can step with your feet wherever it's comfortable for you. Maybe it's hips width, maybe it's a little closer or a little wider together. And then just kind of rock back and forth between your toes and your heels so you can find comfortable equal grounding in both feet. Push into the mat, lift through the chest, roll the shoulders down and rise through the crown of the head. In your mountain pose, hands can be by your sides or at your heart center. But we're gonna take a few flowing breaths. Inhale and extend the arms overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Couple more breaths, fully extending the fingertips tall to the sky. Exhaling, pressing your shoulders down toward the earth. On your next exhalation, soften your knees and melt down into forward fold. Ragdoll down. You can let the arms hang, or you can grasp opposite elbows here. Take any movement that feels natural that's going to help you invite space to the back of your body. Finding your forward fold. If your hands don't reach the mat, bend your knees, or if you've got that block, you can bring the floor up to you. Wherever you are, let the weight of your head melt your upper body forward. Gently nod the head yes, shake no. One more nod so we end on a positive. With the inhalation, slide your hands up your shins. Wrap your shoulder blades into your spine. Brace the belly, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Once more, start to find a little movement, a little length in the back of the body. And as you exhale down, step the feet back into downward facing dog. Just kind of take notice of your hands and feet. Ideally, feet will be hips width, hands will be shoulder width, but take a width that's comfortable for you. And then we're gonna walk the dog. We simply pedal the heels right and left, stretching down the feet and the legs. Eventually finding some stillness. As you gaze toward your feet, see if you can push into the pads behind the toes. So your toes lightly lift as you sink the heels down. Feel your legs actively lengthen. Your sits bones drawing down the backs of your legs. As you pull the belly in, push through the ribs to broaden across the back of the body. And then press your chest toward your legs. With your head hanging between your biceps, push into the heels of your hands, press the shoulders away from the ears. Fingers are spread, and then we wrap the triceps or back of the arms around to fully engage into the arms. Inner eye of the elbows pressing forward. As you inhale, come to a neutral tabletop. Belly brace, release the tops of the feet down. We're gonna find cat-cow. So as you exhale, pull the belly in, tuck the chin, round the back. Inhale through cow, let the belly dip, lift the chest and the hips. Gently stretching the spine, finding movement even through the hips, the pelvis. Come to your neutral tabletop. We're gonna tap into the core. So first we start by taking the tailbone or your pelvis and then scoop, tuck it under. Keep it engaged there. You're gonna pull up through the center of the chest, broaden across the back of the body. Stay engaged there and then tuck your chin in. On your exhalation, feel the belly brace. Exhale all the breath out. Don't lose this positioning. Gently inhale. Exhale again. Feel the brace of the abs. 2 or 3 more. Stay strong through the arms. Come back to the neutral spine. Curl the toes under, push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale your gaze forward and with soft knees, baby step your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll all the way to the top, extended mountain. Reach the arms over shoulders, and then exhale, mountain pose. Hands to heart or by your sides. Give your arms a little shake. We're gonna come into just a few sun salutations to warm the body before we get into the practice. Take notice of that engagement of the core, just in breathing through that tabletop. We wanna find that engagement as we work our way down toward the mat. So inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale your hands to the mat, step back, downward facing dog. Finding that engagement through the legs, through the arms, through the belly. Inhale, forward to high plank pose. Tap your knees down. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. Elbows back, chest right at the biceps. And then melt all the way down. Tops of feet down. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra. Take a little back bend here. Roll down, curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. Inhale the gaze forward. Soft knees, step the feet forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, deeper fold. This time we're gonna reverse swan dive. So sweep the arms out and up. Left hand grabs the right wrist, take a side bend. Reach all the way over toward the side of the wall. Inhale, rise, switch your grasp. Exhale the other way. Inhale through center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull the belly in, feel the engagement. Inhale forward through high plank. Tap the knees down. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. So think elbows straight back next to the ribs. Chest only as low as biceps. Then melt down, lift the chest, baby cobra. Wrap your shoulder blades into your spine, shoulders away from ears. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. This time, inhale the right leg high to the sky. Push down to the left heel, feel that stretch. Draw the knee forward. Wherever it lands, step it there. Left foot, right foot, half lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Take the side bends once again. Lengthening through the rib cage on the sides of the body. This time we swan dive. So open up through the chest, lengthen through the chest, fold forward. Let your breath guide your movement. And knowing that you can stay with those modifications, or inhale forward through high plank or top of a push-up. Shoulders over the wrist, elbows back. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. This time, tops of feet down. Lift your knees, lift your hips. Upward facing dog. If that doesn't feel good, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Press down through the right heel. Start to find extension through the legs. Exhale the foot forward. Take your steps. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Elbows back, open the chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Keep flowing with your breath. We modify wherever we feel we need to. So knees up or down in your plank and your chaturanga push-up. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Warming the arms, the chest, the back. Inhale your right leg high. Bend your knees, stack and open your hips. So take a little twist through the spine. Brace the belly, push the left heel down. Close the hip if you can get it there. Right foot to right thumb. Left foot meets right. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive. You can support the head or you can goal post the arms, lift the chest. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, swan dive. Once more. Use the breath. Vinyasa, meaning with the breath. One breath, one move. Inhale your left leg high. Bend your knees. Take your twist. Open up through the sides of the body. Feel the length of the arms, the length of your right leg. And then closing the hip, try to bring the left foot next to the left thumb. Help it if you need. Inhale halfway. Follow your breath. Exhale and fold forward. Reverse swan dive. Take the back bend once more. We meet in mountain pose. Hands to heart or by your sides. Take a moment. Check in with the breath. Check in with the beautiful internal heat that we've just built. Arms, our core body, our legs. Take a moment, reconnect with your intention. What did you need from your practice? Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Bring your hands either to the mat or to your yoga block if you've got it. Your left foot's gonna stay down strong. Take your left knee, bend it slightly. You're gonna press the right leg high, coming into a warrior three. Now, if this is already a challenge for you, you can simply step the foot back. Toes are light, but keep the weight forward onto your left foot so that at any time, you could lift the right foot up. If you need to, keep your hands to your block. If not, start to lift through the chest. Bring your hands to your hips. So if your hips are opening up toward the screen, see if you can square the hips off. You're gonna feel actively engaged through this left leg, right up around the outer thigh, the hip. And then bend the knee, take a big step back with your right foot. We're gonna come into warrior one. Your right foot steps slightly out to the right. Left foot is forward. You're gonna drop your right heel in so the foot's on a diagonal. Press down into the outer edge of the right foot. Bend your left knee. Pull in through the belly, pull up through the chest, and extend the arms. Now, as you bend the knee, your knee should come directly over or slightly forward of your ankle. If your left heel is lifting, or if your knee's pushing back toward your toes more, widen your stance. You're gonna take this left hip and extend the left knee forward. You're gonna feel more length and strength in the hamstrings, more length and strength in the front of the right hip. Chest is square to the side. As you inhale, straighten your left knee. Exhale, deepen the bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend a little deeper each time. Pulling in through the belly so we're not hyperextending through the low back. Hold here. We're gonna take a little back bend. So lift the chest, reach back through the shoulders. Your biceps stay alongside your ears, so don't drop your head back. Just lift through the chest, breathe. As you inhale, come back to center. We're gonna come right back to warrior two. If you can, keep the biceps by the ears, extend the leg back. Take a breath, and then step in, forward fold. Hands to your block, or hands to your mat. Inhale halfway. Plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog, and pause. Press your heels down toward the mat. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, open and stack the hip again. So see if you can sink the left heel even deeper down. Keep both arms straight and then square your shoulders toward the mat. Peel the hips a little more. Feel that rotation. Close the hip, draw the knee forward. Step the right foot next to the right thumb. Release the back knee, top of foot. Inhale the hands to the back of the knee, open the chest. So as you peek down, your entire right foot should be ground on the mat. Your heel is down. Press the hip forward. Lift up through the low belly, through the center of the chest. Let the shoulders press back and the crown of the head starts to reach back. So we're not lifting the chin again. We're just lengthening back through the neck, creating space. Lifting the chest, start to feel a little length through the hips. If you choose, hands can either come up to heart center or biceps alongside ears, monkey pose. See if you can sink in just a little bit more. Open up through the chest. And as you exhale, hands frame the foot. Tuck the left toes, lift the knee. You should be in a nice low lunge. So I'm gonna turn my back to you just for a moment, but we wanna start to pivot the body around so all 10 toes face the same direction. We're gonna come into a wide leg forward fold. Wherever that may be for you, that might mean that you're holding on to your block if the floor seems a little too far away. All 10 toes pressing straight ahead. So the outer edges of the feet align with the sides of the mat. Bend even deeper into the arms, into the elbows. See if you can start to reach the crown of your head down. Find extension through the legs. So if you're having difficulty, your feet might be too close together. That's gonna tighten those legs a little bit, and it's gonna make it a little bit more difficult to fold. So trust yourself, take the feet wide. Inhale halfway. Bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Walk the hands to your hips and then gently roll up. However you get there, you're gonna step back to the top of your mat. So bend the knee, baby step or big step, come back to mountain pose. Hands at heart center. We're gonna end up flowing to the opposite side. So if you were using your block on this side, take your block to the back of your mat. Beauty is in the breath. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Plant your hands, step the feet back to downward facing dog once again. Sinking the heels a little deeper down. Find that length through the backs of the legs. Come back to your neutral tabletop. We've been here before. We're gonna come into what's known as a bird dog in athletics, but we're gonna call it spinal balance. We're really gonna work to actively engage through the core. Take your right leg, extend it back. Now, if you went like that, that puts a lot of load on your low back. So press the foot down so it's level with your hip. And then extend your left arm forward so it's level with your shoulder. Feel that balance through the body. Pull in through the belly again. That same engagement we had in the neutral tabletop before. Exhale your elbow and knee together. Round the back as if in cat pose. Inhale, straight out. Exhale, tuck in, lift the belly. 2 more. Neutral tabletop. Take a couple cat-cows here, stretch the back. As you pause, push down equally into both hands, left leg pushes back, toes reach down, right arm forward. Find the balance, pull up through the belly, get long through the back of the body. Exhale, elbow and knee, and round the back. Inhale, lengthen. Keep flowing with your breath. Wherever you are, take 1 more. And then come back to your neutral tabletop. Take your knees apart, keep the feet touching. Push back into child's pose, take a breath. Roll up through the spine. We're gonna come into a camel pose, but we're gonna keep it modified. So you're on your knees, your hips are stacked directly over the knees. You're gonna take the hands and either fist right to the low back, fingertips can be down, or if the shoulders are super open, fingertips can go up. But we wanna peel the elbows back, draw the shoulder blades in, lift the chest, and again, reach the crown of the head toward the wall behind you. Press the hips forward, breathe, open the chest. Nice, release. All we're gonna do is about face. Find downward facing dog toward the back of your mat. Block is there if you need it. Sinking the heels down, opening up through the chest. Gaze forward, baby step or big step the feet to the hands. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Reverse swan dive, we rise. Exhale, open up, take a back bend. Inhale, rise. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa flow here. Remember, you can modify any or all of the postures in your vinyasa. Maintaining the strength, maintaining the intensity, and your intention through your practice. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot next to the left thumb. Help it along should you need. Come into that low lunge, so really push back through the right heel. Hands are on the mat or on your block. We're moving into warrior three, so shift the body forward. Remember, you can keep this right foot down, but put a lot of weight into the left. Begin to lift the right heel. Again, you're gonna feel that intensity in the leg. Breathe. I like switch. We already did that leg. You guys let me get away with that? Take your left leg back. Right foot forward. Nice. I knew it instantly because I could feel the engagement through the outer leg. Now, just as we did on the other side, if you can, bring your hands to your hips. You want to square the hips. You're going to really feel the dump down into that right leg, the IT band of the outer thigh, the glute medius of your hip, pushing back strong through the left foot, reaching through the crown of the head, take a big step back. Whew. Nice, so adjust your feet where your knee, we're moving into warrior one. Left foot steps slightly out, drop the heel in. Foot is on a diagonal, right toes forward, bend the knee. Take your right hip, extend your right knee forward. Get long in the hamstrings, long in the hip flexor of the left chest forward. You can choose to keep your hands down, heart center, but we're gonna extend. Press the shoulders down, open the chest, pull it in through the belly. 3 times, straighten and bend. See if we can get a little lower into the right knee without compromising the left leg at all. Both feet equally pressing down into the mat. And this last time, we're gonna hold warrior one. Squeeze the inner thighs together, pull in through the ribs, that same belly brace you had. Push strongly down into the outer edge of your left foot, and then extend all the way through the fingertips without lifting the shoulders. The way we came in is the way we get out, you guys. So slowly start to extend forward. Biceps next to ears if you're available. Warrior one or warrior three. Long line from the crown of your head to your left heel. Beautiful. Come in, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to downward facing dog. Let's try another vinyasa flow. One breath, one move. Allow your inner strength to fuel your outer strength. Then inhale your left leg high to the sky. Extend back. Bend and stack the hips. So again, we want to close the shoulders off. Feel the rotation through the middle of the spine, pressing the right heel down. Close the hips, step the left foot next to the left thumb. We're coming into monkey pose, so drop the back knee. Make sure the heel is ground. Open up the chest. Start to feel that extension through the front of the right hip. Fully ground into your left. So if your left heel is lifted, walk your foot forward a little bit more. Crown of the head reaching to the wall behind you. So you want to broaden through the collarbones here. Shoulders pressing down. One more breath. Hands can stay or hands can extend. Coming into full expression of monkey pose, reaching back. Open the chest. Beautiful, hands come down. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Kind of give the hips a little wriggle from side to side. Roll up through the chest. Let's take camel pose once again. So if you feel like you need a little more stability, you can curl the toes under and lift the heels. Hips stay over the knees. So we don't want to lean back. We also don't want to arch our low back. So we want to think of lifting up through the breastbone. Think of a string being right at the center of the chest. That's lifting your chest. So take the hands, whatever positioning you choose, elbows back, shoulders pushed down. So as you do, think first, lift up through the breastbone, broaden through the collarbones, shoulders down, crown of the head pulling back. As you do, start to gently press the hips forward over the knees. For some, this is it. This is your camel pose. For some of us, if you can keep the hips over the knees, so without leaning way back, hands can reach back and grab hold of the heels of your feet. Reach the crown of the head back. Open up through the neck. Open up through the chest. How are we doing? Release the hands. Uncurl the toes. Lift the shoulders. Release the chin. Take your time. Feet touching, knees apart. Child's pose. As you roll up, you're gonna roll toward one hip and bring your feet back to our original front of the mat. So feet extending forward, shoulders stacked over hips. You're gonna take the fleshy part of your bottom, just kind of pull outward toward the side. You're gonna feel your sits bones ground you more stability or more stably into the mat. Take your fingertips, just tent them alongside your hips. Push into the mat, lift the chest, and draw the shoulders back and down. So we're gonna actively sit in what is known as staff pose or Dandasana. So lift all 10 toes up toward the ceiling, push through the balls of the feet, and then press your big toes away from you, your pinky toes toward you. You might even be able to spread the toes as you do. So this is a very active posture, even though we're just sitting down. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, pressing down away from the ears. Because we're pushing through the balls of our feet and extending our toes, we can feel action and extension through the backs of our legs. If you've got really tight hamstrings, this is probably where you're gonna stay for today. Otherwise, we're gonna see if we can find just a little more extension. So keeping the legs active, so the balls of the feet pushing forward, toes pressing up. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, begin to hinge at your hips. Those of you that are super bendy and you can just fall into your forward fold, you're gonna feel a little more strength this way. So we're engaging through the quadriceps, allowing our hamstrings to gently open. And with every breath, we're extending further. Instead of rounding the back and trying to put your head on your legs, think of pressing your heart right between your feet. Once you hit that edge, you can no longer hinge forward. Walk your hands forward. For some, right here on the mat's okay. Maybe the tops of your legs, maybe you grab your ankles. For some, maybe you take yogi toe lock. So your peace fingers and thumb are gonna create a circle around your big toe. Slide the peace fingers inside the toe, wrap around, close that circle with your thumbs. We call that yogi toe lock. Whether your hands are on the floor, the legs, or the toes, inhale, lengthen, give it a gentle pull. Exhale, deepen your fold. Take 2 more of those lengthening, deepening breaths. And then you're gonna relax and melt into the fold. It's what we call Paschimottanasana, so more of a passive fold. Let your head hang, shoulders round. Relax the feet, relax the legs. Gently roll up through the spine. We're gonna take a couple of reclined twists. So ground your feet, scoot your hips toward your feet. You can either hold on to the legs, you can walk down, or you can brace the belly as you roll down. Coming down onto your back, pull your knees into your chest. If it feels good, you can hold. If it feels better, you can rock or roll. creating a little movement, a little release for the back of the body. Tap your left toe down. You're gonna send your hips over to the right, and as you restack the knees, drop your knees to the left. So lots of options here. If the knees aren't touching or that bottom leg's not going down, you can either slide your block between your knees or underneath your bottom knee. This left hand's just gonna gently draw length through the side of the body, across the leg, the hip. Take the right arm out from the shoulder, palm down. You can either keep staring up toward the ceiling, or if the neck feels safe, gently turn and look toward your right hand. That's gonna deepen the twist through the spine. As your head comes to center, tap the right toe down. Shift the hips over to the left, restack the knees, and drop to the right. So now we're twisting through the left side of the body. Make any adjustments you need on this side. Maybe the knees come higher or lower. Maybe you prop on one side and not the other. Gazing up or gazing toward the left hand. Left hand reaches over, pressing you up to a seat. Right where we began, either sitting on your block or directly on your mat. Legs straight or knees bent. We end where we began. Softening your gaze or closing your eyes, take a moment, take a breath. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Once more. Scan over your body again. Notice any differences now than at the beginning of your practice. Find Anjali Mudra, palms together at heart center. Press your thumbs toward your sternum toward your thumbs, and gently bow the head. Take a moment to find gratitude for your practice, your body, and your breath. Extend that gratitude to your dedication and to all you meet. I extend my gratitude to each of you for sharing this practice with me. We end our yoga practices with a word, namaste. Namaste simply means I see you, or what I like to say is, the light in me sees, honors, and reflects the light within each of you. Bring your thumbs to your forehead. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope that you were able to flow within this practice with a bit of movement, with a bit of an open mind, with little restrictions. If you found this a little challenging or restricting, I highly, highly recommend you practice. After all, yoga is a practice. We'll see you next time. Have a great day wherever you are.